Keep your radio dial right here. You're locked into the hottest news station on the planet. Hot 702.5 in FM sound. Blazing today's hip hop, R&B, and pop music. Keeping your radio on fire. Bringing you the hottest, realest, riskiest talk shows live 24/7 on hot7025fm.com.
Hey, hey,
We
hey,
are
hey.
live. What is going on, guys? What's going on? How are you? How are you? It is a beautiful day to talk love. It's Thursday. Um, and I thank you, beautiful
Thank you.
people, for joining us. And right here on this hottest, sexiest station that we have on the planet, Hot 702.5
Mhm.
FM. And love is truly an essential healing medicine. And I'm your favorite love prescriber, Miss Love Doctor. And where love meets beauty, there is always inner beauty. We got my beautiful co-host.
Thank you guys. Hey. I miss y'all
Thank
in the
you.
studio, but hey.
What's going on? So, with that being said, too, I want to make sure that we wish you a happy anniversary and
Thank
um,
y'all. Thank y'all. I'm taking time
much.
off for love, then and
You gotta do
just
it.
like hey,
You gotta
some
do
of
it.
stuff, y'all.
Yeah. So definitely, many wishes of blessings and beautiful memories and all that good stuff that we deserve in life. So, I asked you to make you a drink. Did you make you one?
I didn't have time. I've
Because
been
I brought
working in the
us some
morning.
in to toast to you.
Yay. I was like, oh my God. It's so much crazy stuff. But I'm glad that I didn't let this fluster me. Like, let me just, you know, it's still a good day. And, the Lord has made me wake up and all that good stuff.
All of that good stuff. All right, be sure to comment, to love, to share. You can not call in, but you could call in if you wanted to. We love to hear from you. This is a safe space. And I'm going to work on saying, I just realized I said it like 10 times. You know, we're constantly working on ourselves over here. I probably owe myself about $150 because I said a lot of curse words
I do
between
not
this week
think,
and last week. And every time I would catch myself cursing, I would curse because I caught myself cursing. I was
yeah,
like, oh my God, I am running up the bag. I'm running up the bag. It's okay. All right, so definitely want to make sure that we tap in and make sure everybody is getting the feeling of love. So if nobody has told you today that they love you, we would
we
like to
love
be the first.
you. Yes, guys, we love you. We love you.
Meow, 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 meow. But yeah, so
Mhm.
we also show love and we share love with each other. We make sure we check in with each other. So friend, how you feeling? It's your anniversary. How are you feeling with your love meter first, spiritually and
Hmm.
romantically?
Oh wow, because it's my anniversary. Well,
It's your anniversary.
I'm feeling um see, you may have me say my feeling. I feel like I'm happy, for the most part, just to there's a lot of things that in my transitions of my 40s that I have been really working on. And I feel like I'm trying to learn how to celebrate the small wins, but I'm still going through those transitions of feeling like losing or gaining or getting rid of. Like it's spring cleaning. It's definitely
Yeah.
spring cleaning time. And I know that it's certain things like mindset, words that I talk to myself, like I have to let those go. I have to learn how to talk to myself better. I need to learn how to, you know, say, yes, I may be feeling bad today, but why? And how can I make it better? Like these are the things that I am no longer wanting to just be like, oh, I feel bad, but I'm not doing anything to make myself feel better. So today
Yeah.
I'm actually going to do something to make myself feel better. And that's a great thing. And, being married 17 years is a blessing. It comes with its highs and lows. And I hate that most couples say it comes with the highs and lows, but that's honest. That's honesty. And as we continue to grow, it's just, another year that we get to like see ourselves evolve and become the people that we want to.
Okay, all right, all
How are
right.
you
Was that
feeling?
all of it? Was that spiritually? That was
That
your
was because
romantical?
spiritually, me going through my transition is me talking to God, is me holding myself accountable for things. So that's spiritually. Romantically, it's love day. So I wanted to, get my husband a nice little fit. He looks cute, or I got it for him and it's gonna be cute. And made sure that he was fresh. I know how to get myself together, okay? So I wanted to make sure he got himself together.
Okay,
So
okay.
that's me taking care of him.
Yeah, yeah. So, let's see. Spiritually, I feel tapped in. Like
Hmm.
I feel very vulnerable spiritually because um I'm like I don't know if the word is like aware and
Mm,
in tuned. So
affirm.
it's a vulnerable space to be in. It's almost like that thing where it's like, okay, you're allowing love or whatever. You got to be vulnerable. So you have to allow whatever this thing is going to be, let it be and let it and feel it.
Let
So,
it be.
romantically, um, we're still opening ourselves up.
I'm
I was
like,
thinking about something on the way here today, and I was just like, I know like different my love language, is even being nervous trying to learn somebody else's love language. And I was
mhm,
like, like I wonder if what is it about gift giving, like where I know where that lies in my level of love language. So it's just interesting, like the different things that come into your psyche, especially when you're manifesting. In my love meter, I am. We're gonna keep the word manifesting going, and I'm very grateful for the love around me and within me. It's
mm,
it's 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 growing, and I'm allowing more love and new love. So that's new and refreshing. In my healing journey, I realized that I was like, nope, nope, nope. Because if you love people, they hurt you, they this, they that, bop, bop, bop. So it's like, okay, we're peeking at letting a little more people in. Some people is just kicking the door
mhm,
down. But I think that is the thing for me. Like, if I've always been a firm believer, like a person who wants to be in your life, they're going to be in your life,
mhm,
especially if they really want to be in your
mhm.
life. So, yeah, I have gratitude with my love meter. So I hope y'all ready to talk some love today and drop in the comments how y'all feeling. I always want to make sure that we tap in and make sure we know how you guys are feeling. So let's not skip over that part.
Mhm.
Today's topic. You ready for it? Let me take a sip. And this was so light and refreshing. It's like a little tea.
Hey, and I was like, "Can I get a request for a drink,
Can I
please?"
get a refill? Today's
Oh,
topic,
wow.
guys, is healing your inner child.
And y'all
And
remember I said that this I'm 40, bitch. I've been trying to grow up in my inner child.
and it's
This is
crazy
taking
because
work.
the topic has been how many weeks have I been saying something about this, and then the topic comes up again, and then I open up a computer and there's an article on it that I was reading up on, and it's like it starts things just call to you most times if you start to pay
Mhm.
attention.
Yep.
Things definitely call to you, and we are who we are from conception. I am 100% a believer of that. I've read a couple books, seen a couple people. I am a human. I just feel like this is great research. Okay, and
Mhm. Mhm.
it's so funny to me when parents are like, I don't know. It's almost like when they discover their child's personality, because that's what it is. You learning each other. This little human was inside of you, and now it's like, what are you gonna be like? What foods do you like? What are you
Mhm.
gonna hate? And they'll say something like, I don't know where they got that from. you.
Everything they get is from us. That's crazy.
Yeah, because we have a genetic blueprint throughout our whole entire lives. Our genetic
Mhm.
makeup is who we are from conception, like legit. So personality traits are the results of both genetic predispositions and environmental influences. All
Mm.
right. As we grow into adults, we are still who we are and we're who we were born as, but due to the exposures that we've been around is what helps shapes and molds who we ultimately become on the shell. I want to
Mm.
make sure we focus that this is the outer part of us. This is the shell, so truthfully, we're still who we are on the inner at the core.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm
It
saying?
shows up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So at the heart of you, you are who you are. But then there's layers that create like a jawbreaker. You know what I'm saying? Very, very sweet on the inside, hard and multi-layered on the outside. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that is the journey of the core memories. You got joyful, we got my girl Joy, and we got painful and sadness and some crazy over the type exciting things. You know what I mean? Like adventures or excursions that you've been on. And our relational patterns, they show up from these childhood
Mm.
experiences and traumas, which creates what? Trauma bonding.
Ooh.
Now, it makes room for stuff that we would never allow to the core, right?
Mm.
To the core of us. Like, you know what it is because it doesn't feel good while it's happening. And your self-conscious self is saying, like, what are we doing here? Why are we still here? What, or why am I still eating this food if I know it's going to make me feel this way? Why did I drink 2 pops knowing that it was going to tear me up?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Why do we do it? Because we ultimately start to allow different things, which is not necessarily good for us. So, there's a space for disrespect. We seeking approval of others. We're allowing people to be passive aggressive, or we're being passive aggressive all the way up until abuse, right? And
Mm.
we know that there's multiple levels of abuse. So that is a whole nother conversationes.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're going to break this thing down, friend. You ready?
Yes.
There is healing in embracing these memories. I know sometimes people don't want to remember, they don't want to feel, they don't want to do things, but due to being that there's a child who didn't have the tools to appropriately cope or understand or
Yeah.
process or fight back or anything for these core experiences, you know what I'm saying? So going through my own healing journey, it truly made me realize how formative these things that have happened to me. They structured how I now handle emotions. They structured
Mm-hmm.
how in the past I've had pushed people away from me in different relationships. Oh, come through. Who was that? Was that the husband?
Him was.
Shout out to the husband. Cheers to y'all
Yeah.
anniversary. I love that. Little hand out, little
What's he?
hand back in.
What you put some red rum?
All right, you about to find out.
And I'm like, damn. It's
So
good though.
yeah, but now you when you start the healing, you have the right to cultivate how you want to show up. So
Yeah.
let's break it down. We have to do a definition.
Yes, I'm excited. Because y'all know in June, our favorite movie come out. I won't even be here, but my daughter's like, hey, don't forget Inside Out is coming out. This is all about it. Okay? All
Yeah,
about
this guy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the definition of healing is the process of making or becoming sound or healthy again.
it.
And I
Okay.
had to put the synonyms in there because it was relieve, lessen,
Mm. Mm.
soften,
Okay.
soften. Like my coworker said it the other day, like I said something, but I got excited. And she was like, oh my God, like you so rough. And I was like, it's true. I've been saying for months, I want to be a little bit lighter.
Okay.
And I think I make fun of it because I think I know it has a lot to do with the oomph and the way I talk, but I don't know. It'll come. It'll come. Maybe we'll reach out to somebody, give me some etiquette class. It's a
Girl,
little rougher. Take the rough around the edges off. But I definitely want to tap into my femininity part. But so inner, because we broke it down, healing, inner, child. So inner is situated or future and internal. Situated or future in, internal. And then the next one was mental or spiritual. So inner is your mental inside and your spiritual inside. I thought that was deep. I thought that was like. And child is a young human being below the age of puberty.
Oh, so if you ate and it's puberty already happened, you're not a child no more?
I would say that puberty is pushing you towards being a teenager. Teenager is pushing you towards being an adult. It's a circle of life. I mean, I don't know if I necessarily agree with it in the way it's
Yeah, because
written.
I'm like, you do the thing like, do you like that? Is that like a trash? Because I'm like, you can stay a child even though you grow.
Well, yeah. Um, that's the whole thing. Because healing is a process not only to mend a wound, but it's to understand them and how they made you feel and how
Mm,
they affected your entire adult makeup. So from these
mm,
childhood things, it unless
mm,
you were taught to deal with them at a younger age, but
yeah.
until you know, and then you be like, what the
Mm,
Fushnicken?
mm.
Caught it. So I personally feel that some things that we are healing from were not our faults.
Mhm.
They had absolutely nothing to do with us, and they were not meant for us, especially
Mhm.
within our existence. And I just put an exclamation mark behind that. Um, we just had a conversation about that the other day, and it's still a hard no for me. I can't. I haven't moved in that direction because I just see who we were designed to be. So I
Mhm.
can't. And just us talking about the fact that I looked up DNA. I looked up the genetic makeup. I was going to break it down, but I was like, that's not what we're talking about. But I wanted to make sure I knew what I was talking about because we are who we are. Like, you're a good person. You naturally have a good heart. Like, you naturally look out for other people. That's in your genetic makeup.
Mm.
Overextending yourself could be something that was a outer layer.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So it's not like
Mhm.
you're doing anything out of character, but sometimes you may just stretch your arm a little too long because
Mhm.
you've always had to reach. You get what I'm saying?
Ooh, shut up. Shut it up. Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know, and sometimes there's some, I don't know. Where you at with that? Let me just stop. Let me just
But
stop.
like I said, like I like how you broke it down with again, it is part of our DNA, and I love how you said like, hey, you know that I am a good person within, but overextending yourself is a layer. I like how you also say like our childhood um like experiences like the side effects of society.
The side
You know,
effects.
like the side effects of society and the things that we were exposed to. Because you remember one of the other show that we had was about, our environment. What was the three E's, right?
Experience, exposure.
And environment.
I think so.
Yep.
I think so.
So yeah,
I feel like that
again,
was a
that's
pop
why I'm
quiz.
saying we be having so many good shows that has really helped me with my onion to peel back that and like to even, tap into memories that I may not even want to remember because it is maybe too traumatic. Because I'm like, I feel a way about something, but sometimes I don't know why I feel that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's
It's
like
true.
portions of my childhood that I don't even remember why.
Yeah. But it's still there. It's
It's
like a
there. Hmm.
little,
Hmm.
back in one of those layers, way, 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 way deep, and you don't know why that keeps showing up, So
Uh-huh.
there are signs, there's signs that your inner child may need some healing, right?
Ooh,
So
okay. We learn some
I
signs.
went and
Okay.
found something.
That's what I
But this
love.
one right here, I was able to just spit it off the top because I feel like this is my experience. It says, that people perceive you as not being a nice person, but you are a nice person, but your experience has made you brash and
Mm.
lightweight rude. You mean what you say, but you say
Hmm.
it mean. Do you get what I'm saying?
I don't
Like
think that's you
anything,
at all. But
I don't think it's me now. I
okay.
think it
I only
took
know.
a lot of work and fine tuning, but I can vividly see when my grandmother passed that I began to hate everybody.
Mm.
But I didn't know that I was just like, like
Mm.
whatever came out is what came out. You know what I mean? So, but was that me or was that in my experience? Was that
Mm.
grief? Nobody said, let me just grab this girl and hug her because she tripping. She might need physical touch. Nobody
Mm.
did that, because because I operated as if everything was okay,
Mm.
and I, I, I just put that one at the top of the list because, you got to own your own SHIT.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at you. Okay. You can spell it. Spell it.
Nobody
That's a
said I
good
couldn't
thing.
spell it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Um, you might be experiencing self-esteem issues,
Mm-hmm.
self-worth issues.
Mm-hmm.
They be like, bing, bing.
I'm like, two symptoms, bitch. I already know.
Like, let's see if my inner child needs healing. Poor eating
Mm-hmm.
habits. You see that one in different forms, in different ways, and
Yes.
um, overreacting to things that may not be a big deal.
Like, damn, bitch.
Just
Okay.
call me
Okay.
out. At me next time.
Yeah, at me next time. Bitch.
At me next time. People pleasing. No motivation or desire to see the bigger picture, to try to do something different. Kind of just residing in everyday life. Like, get up, go to work, roll over, do it again. Get up, go to work.
Um,
Get kind of stuck in that cycle and just don't even think like, what is there more that I could be doing?
these are all symptoms. All symptoms.
Yes.
I mean,
I
no
didn't
sense.
make these up.
I know you didn't make them up, but dang.
I mean, I pull from when I do my research for the shows, I pull from what I believe is true. But there's several articles out there that prove what I be talking about. Several
Mm-hmm.
books and degrees that you can get. I just had to say that. Addiction
Mm-hmm. Some
of
form of
whatever
addiction.
form.
Mm-hmm.
Aggressive behavior. People be acting out and wilding out, and they really just need a hug.
Mm-hmm.
They need to be told that thing was not your fault. That thing was not your fault.
Mm.
Self-injury. Of course, mental issues, mental health issues, physical health issues, depression, anxiety, all these titles, right? All along, it's a little old me that needed to be said. It's gonna be okay,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever,
Yep.
needed to be said. Okay, so I don't know why I titled this like this because things be coming to me and I didn't want to forget it, and I wasn't necessarily gonna say it, but then I put in quotes that this might be a title to something. But it said, I wrote, "Time to heal, little girl.
Okay.
Time to heal, little girl."
I definitely. These are the symptoms, bitch. I definitely
There's
see
a
it.
sign,
Hey, I'm ready to meet your little one. You're ready to meet you're meeting mine in so many different ways. So hell yeah.
But in ways we are, though, because it's like, just think about like when you were a kid and you see your friend and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's still like the inner you, because it's who we are. It's just
But
crazy
I
how that
feel
even
like when I
works.
see other kids, especially your niece, I want to go back to being that age. Like,
She helps you.
it-
Kids help you embrace the younger you. They
yeah.
keep you fresh. They keep you moving. They keep your body going because you want to make a tent. You want to jump over here. You want to do this. That's the things
Mhm.
that we did. But society and life, it was like, get to the classroom, sit up, be structured, don't talk, be quiet on the chalkboard. Like we're conditioned
Yeah, yeah.
immediately, institutionalized
True.
immediately.
True.
So it's like now you kind of let that little kid, you put it to the wayside, because if you goofy and you play too much as an adult, it's like you childish.
Childish. Yep, yep. Never lie.
Like I want to
Mm.
have fun. Like I know the little me comes out often because I'm like, y'all want to slip and slide? Y'all want to race?
I'm like,
I
I
don't know what my
have
thing is when we are in a hotel. If we see a long hallway and you walking next to me, be prepared to race because we
what?
taking this hallway. You ain't never seen it.
I've
Who did I
always
race
seen
last?
everybody that race, right? You see them like, okay, I got you. Then you see they fall and like, boom, boom, boom. I just and see,
That's all you think about. Everybody, not everybody falls. You said
okay, but my
everybody
age,
fall.
I said the same thing about flipping and sliding. And what happened on the slip and slide?
You was
Okay.
okay. You just got a scratch.
On my
You got a
pretty
scratch.
un un uncut, unmarked butt. Now I have a big old scar just on it.
Cocoa butter. Cocoa butter and aloe vera.
Okay. All right. See, I wasn't an outside kid. That's something. That's why I didn't have too many
But you
fruits.
had fun.
I did. I had the best time. That's why I said it'd be,
You was like
it'd be
jumped
the
into
fear.
childhood.
It did. It did. It did.
Cause baby, we got scars. Like it's crazy. But I know that with healing, it comes, especially when you're being intentional about it and about the process.
Hmm.
Um, and for the sake of the show, I would like for us to only focus on one wound, right?
Okay.
Um, just one, because you can apply this to anything else at any other time that you want to.
Hmm.
But I think we're gonna be intentional about kicking this process off right here on air,
Let's
and we're
go.
going to break it down.
Break it down.
Um,
I'm excited and I already know
so
which one.
what's one? Which one?
So I want my people pleasing. That's a
So okay, so
childhood.
we can define which one we want to work on.
Yeah.
Okay, yours is people pleasing.
Yes. That's the one thing that I would love to break it down like a pound. And I mean, because it's also tied into rejection sensitivity. Like I feel like if I'm not invited, if something happens, if you don't answer the phone, like I have a real issue. Like, did I do something? Is she mad at me? Like, what's wrong? Like I feel all of those emotions at the same time. So I don't know. It's between those two, like rejection sensitivity and people pleasing, because
Rejection sensitivity.
overextending
Woo.
it's overextending myself to make sure that I am trying to please people. So then that way that I can stay in their life. Not even
Mm.
that me, for me, it's no, it's I don't want to. I mean, and it kind of ties into my abandonment issues too. But it's like, but we're focused on the one. Like you said, it's kind of wrapped in
So do
a
you
lot
think if they're
of
all
other.
wraparound abandonment issues, maybe the one we tap into? Because then it'll filter down.
Yeah, that could be, yeah.
Um. Ooh. I would like to. I would like to heal the death of the life that I was supposed to have.
Mm,
Which that's a whole topic that we are going to touch into, but I think that will whoop around a whole lot of other stuff
okay.
all in one. Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
I think you can be a little more clear because I don't understand what the depth of the life. Mm,
So basically it's like the death and the grief of the life that I should have lived, right? So when we're younger, when we're these core little ages, we see a life for ourselves. We picture this life. But there's so many things that had happened to me that was out of my control that didn't give me that life, that turned
mm,
my life into a whole different trajectory. So really with peeling back those layers, like finding out about that fun, bubbly, outgoing girl that was like, and it's what other people still see, but I don't even know that I'm still being that because I think that she's shielded. I think she thinks that that life didn't happen. Does that make
mm,
sense?
mm-hmm.
Because I didn't do what I said I was gonna do. But the more and more and more and more and more and more I heal them individually, it comes around in a different form. Just for
Mm,
that affirmation, just for that confirmation to say it's okay that you didn't get to do that. But here's a little bit of it. Let me give you a little taste of it.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like if just
Okay.
because you didn't do it, it's not even too late.
Yes, you still have the ability. You're still on this earth to get
I'm gonna do
what
something
you.
that you advised me. I'm not gonna tell you yet. But I've been looking. I've been like this. When I start doing this, then I start doing this on that computer. But I'm gonna tell you, it's you. It was something you advised me to do, and I'm gonna do it.
What? And see, I talk way too much because I don't even
Cause
be
you don't
knowing what I
remember.
be
It's all right. It's all right. You gonna figure it out. You gonna figure it out. Cause I'm trying to figure out. I gotta think about all the logistics. But I think I'm gonna do it. Yep, yep, yep. So one way or another, doesn't have to be the way that I thought I was gonna do it. It's so interesting. This whole thing is so interesting. Healing is kind of
saying.
lit, but so we're going to take it step by step. So first things first is we've acknowledged it, right? We just
Hmm.
literally sat here and acknowledged what this thing was, what it means, um, and realizing that it does affect us.
Hmm.
Accepting that
Yeah.
it does affect us versus saying,
Yep.
I'm good, like I don't deal with that. I don't even grieve. I just keep going day to day. No, we need to acknowledge that thing and we need to acknowledge that that thing hurts from time to time. And it comes up in the most weirdest, randomest
Mm-hmm.
ways. You know what I mean? Like somebody could just say something and you'd be like, oh my God, like why did I feel that?
Hmm. Hmm.
Why did I feel that? Like, what does that have to do with me? And then you start realizing, like, oh, because of this thing, this and that and the other. But so we have to be more intentional about saying, hey, this is what I'm feeling, and listen
Yeah.
to that feeling and feel that feeling.
Hmm.
And what is your inner child saying to you about that feeling?
Ooh. Hmm.
You got to embrace that,
Hmm.
How are they feeling when they say it? Are they saying it like, listen, older me, you
Hmm.
this had me messed up, blah blah blah, or they like this thing, like where's the range of feeling in that one thing? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
All right, so I feel like we kind of did that. I'm gonna say the range, the feeling that I feel when my younger self says it is just like um angry, angry, um disappointed. I think that's where the self doubt comes in at because I
Hmm.
feel there's a part of me was like you have this fire inside of you. Even though this was happening, why didn't you still push through and do this? You get what I'm saying? So you have that
Hmm.
whole conversation with yourself because it's like, why would you allow that? Like you already know who we are. Like what we feel. These type of things. So why would you allow this thing to happen to you? Why?
Hmm.
And then you start
Hmm.
beating yourself up. So
Hmm.
I know that anger is at the top, and then that self doubt and that self sabotage comes after.
Mm. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay. So I'm supposed to identify when I feel abandoned.
What does that feeling feel like?
Oh.
What does it feel like?
So, okay. I mean, it stems more from like disappointment because it's like, you never want people to not choose you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you were the one that everybody is being picked and you're picked last or you're not picked at all. It's like it's that waiting, it's that anxiety of feeling not worthy, not good enough. Um, and that's where you get scared. You're scared, I don't it doesn't show up as anger, maybe irritation, very much so, because but it still stems from being very that vulnerability of wanting to be liked, wanting to be, chosen. And that's a
Yeah.
real, it,
Choose me.
so I think that that's the biggest thing for me when it comes to even like, wanting to dissolve friendships. I don't understand how to do that. I don't even know how to. I don't even know how to even approach a friendship. I either it just naturally let it go. Like it runs its course. I've never been the one that would like, hey, you're not my friend no more. I couldn't do that. I could never. Um,
Yeah.
but but you could see if we're no longer around each other or we're not like, like my middle school best friend. Where's she at? She's gone. She's living her life doing her thing. But if I see her, it will always be, hey girl. Like you were there at that time. It
Because it
wasn't I
didn't
didn't feel like
dissolve. Yeah.
yeah, it didn't dissolve. I didn't feel abandoned. I also just kept it going. So then that way,
Yeah.
if I don't talk about it or I don't say anything, it's really no rejection to it because I'm not getting a resolve to it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, discovering how much pain truly lives there, is it a scratch? Can it heal with a little bit of neosporin? Or do you need to have full operation and rehabilitation after the operation? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
I feel like I do.
there is levels to the different things that have happened. So, once you pull that one thing out versus trying to heal everything together, let's do
Yeah.
one thing at a time. Figure out
Mhm.
what level it is. Figure out how painful this thing is. How is it gangrene? Did it get infected because it hasn't been
Mhm.
cared for?
Mhm.
And I think realizing that it's not your fault. I'm gonna throw that in there again. You are not what has happened to you.
Mhm. I'm a
You're
product
not.
of
You're
what
not
happened to me.
that. You're not
Mhm.
what happened to you. So you got to place forgiveness within yourself and identify the emotions and the triggers that are attached to this wound. So
Cool.
at that point in time, what's next is to create a care plan
Okay.
for the wound. So we've identified it. We know how it makes us feel. We know what emotions is attached to it. How do we plan to fix it?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Um, of course, it's important to revisit the happy core memories because you want to make sure you have that balance. If it was
Mhm.
all bad, it was all bad. If it was all good, that's great.
Yeah.
It's great. You know, um, but at this time, we'll create a childhood timeline to be able to understand what has happened, when it happened, the age you were, and how to address it. Because then you can kind of see where it shows up as kind of like a wound pattern. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? You seeing where it's showing up. So I would say, um, for my thing, the biggest one, not the biggest one, but the one that I'll say that really like changed the trajectory, I would say I was probably 18.
Mm.
So we'll start with that age. And it's, what else did I say? What happened, when it happened, what age I was, 18, in the wound pattern. Ooh, we about to deal with it this weekend, now ain't we?
Ooh.
All right. So what age?
Um. 4.
Okay, 4. So then we can shut it out. Now we've identified it. We know what age we were.
Mhm.
So now we can accept it and explore the feeling, right?
Yeah.
And within that, you can discover whatever different layers of healing that one thing needs.
Mhm.
Like I said, like if you were to get a surgery, you got to get the surgery, and then you're going to be probably in ICU. And then after ICU, you're going to move down a level because you're getting better to the
Uh-huh.
medical ward. And then, then you move to the rehabilitation center, like depending on how how bad that thing is, because that thing
Yeah.
could be,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
jacked to the jack. And so now we're peeling back those layers and like, oh, okay, so you're discovering like, no. I need to deal with this part of that because this was a part. Ooh, so that was a part of that too. Like you
Mm-hmm.
really start
It was
to
multi.
see,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and then we ultimately stop minimizing it. Stop being in denial that it's a thing. Like, oh no, it's a thing. I'm
You
like,
hate
oh
when
no,
you're.
I'm good. This is how I
Yeah.
do things. I don't even deal with this. Da, 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 like, yeah, all
Yeah.
right.
You said
And I've
that.
been in that situation where I thought I was good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? Well, look at me. What's wrong with me? Well, when I looked at me, what was wrong with me is I had gained a whole nother me. I've
Mm.
always been small.
Mm-hmm.
I was fat my whole entire 30s. That's a problem. Because there was another bing core thing that happened right before the 30s. So it's like, woo, child, when you start peeling it back.
I like how you said I gained a whole nother me though. Like like that's how I coped with whatever what was going on. I
It was like,
doubled myself.
I wouldn't say I doubled myself. I would say myself was hiding inside of a shell of myself.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Mm-hmm.
like this, I don't know if gaining weight was a protective thing, because at that point in time, that was a whole different situation. So I was like, nope, not dating. I don't want to meet no new people. Hell no, because things
Mm-hmm.
happen. I don't want nobody else being killed on my watch.
Mm.
Nope.
Ooh. Mm.
And subconsciously, I wasn't eating any different. But I wasn't taking care of myself either.
Mm.
It's crazy.
Ooh.
So now it's time to have a real conversation with your inner child. I am going to give us the homework to do 7 days of mirror work.
Okay.
7 days. 7 days. Whenever you want to start, just go from that day to the next day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And each day, go stand in the mirror and have a real, authentic, transparent, raw conversation with yourself. Just you, nobody else in the room, because you need to say the stuff you be thinking anyway. It's in there. Say it and look at you. Tell you. Let that little girl tell you how she feel.
Mm.
Let her get it out. Let her rant. Let her scream. Let her get it out. You gotta have a real conversation with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what nobody else thinks. It just doesn't. Once we really realize and get a grasp of what the world is about, we stop caring about what other people think.
True.
Because ultimately, they don't matter. They're not even the star player in your movie.
Ooh.
They're not.
Extras. They're extras.
Make sure you're very empathetic to the little you.
Mm.
Make sure you give some love and support to the little you while you in that mirror. Because the way you wanted somebody to handle you, you better handle yourself the same way.
Mm-hmm.
The way you out here handling everybody else and managing their feelings and tiptoeing and walking around, give yourself that same energy, give yourself that same grace. And when I say that, I mean that with like all of my heart.
Mm.
Now, for my journalers, people who like to write, this is the most therapeutic thing you can do. If you don't like to write, vlog. Make you some videos. Talk to yourself. You can still make videos when you do your mirror work because you're still looking at yourself in the mirror when you make those videos.
Mm-hmm.
So write whatever comes to your mind. It doesn't have to have a rhyme or reason. Doesn't have to be like, today I feel like this. Does not have to be like that. Whatever comes to your mind, just let it out. Even if it's 2 words, a sentence, a paragraph. When you put the pen to the paper, whatever is on your mind, let it out.
Okay, journal.
As soon as you turn that camera on, because right now you're not doing it to be like, hey, y'all, welcome to Hot 702.5. No, you like, what's up, Miss Love Doctor? Let me talk to you. I'm still making a video. I'm having a conversation with me,
Yeah.
And you can always go back and rewatch it. You can always go back and reread it and see how you was feeling. And then compare it to how you feeling now compared to when you made the video. Or you could go back and rewatch the video and really process what you're saying, because now you listen to it like you listen to everybody else's videos. But you just listening to yourself. Like, I do make a lot of sense. Damn, that thing did. Like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? To see how you really truly be feeling in a moment. Because watching all these different people videos with their perspective, it aligns with what you probably feeling, but you need to get yours out.
Yeah.
You need to get yours out. And I told Beauty on the Beat that I'm going to start posting some of the videos when I do make videos of me talking. I just don't like to be, see, there goes that thing again. I'm going to just do it. I just got to do it. And, so you can break it up into sections to deal with some of each layer of it, right? Whatever layer of that hurt of that one thing did it affect your self-love, And with that being said, y'all go get that Daily Doses of Self-Love off Amazon.com. That is created by yours truly. And all it is a daily prompt to give you a little bit of self-love every single day. You can do a self-esteem portion. You can do a gratitude portion. Just like, okay, well, all right, well, we're healing and this thing. What am I grateful for? Well, I'm grateful for the fact that I can recognize that thing has messed, in my mind, in my opinion, messed all these things up. But I still was able to keep pushing forward and persevering. And I still went to school. I still got a college degree. It doesn't matter that I got it when I was in my upper 20s and 30s and 40s, but I still did it. You know what I'm saying? Even though that's something that I wanted to do right away, but I still did it. So I'm grateful for that, So you can kind of break it down as you start to heal with it. Now, practice self-compassion. I'm going to push through these quick because we're finna run out of time. You are all you got. Period. You can have a family, you can have kids, you can have this, you can have that, but you are literally all you have. And then they're an extension of you. Learning to give ourselves grace as much as we give it to others, it's most important that you give it to yourself first. Be kind to you, because guess what? You're doing your best. Sometimes people just need to know, like, whew, I did do my best. I really tried to do my best. And sometimes if it doesn't work out, it's okay. As long as you gave it what you could.
Right.
Because in saying that, you're going to continue to try to do better because you recognized how you did your best there, but your best could have been better to be the best to the best. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And I can go on and long, but we really don't have that long. Bars.
On and on.
Bars. So if you would like more inner childhood tips from Miss Love Doctor, definitely drop a heart. Send your girl a signal, call me, text me, inbox me. We did that earlier, and it was like on the screen. But our inner child is really what keeps us alive. It keeps us vibrant. This is where the fun, courageous, adventurous, hyper, curious, imaginative, precious little human of love lives. This is where they live, right here in the core, right? So healing that child has had an adversity placed upon them, and it's such a freeing emotion. Like the emotion becomes freeing because you have allowed yourself to be freed of that thing. You have allowed yourself to be freed of whatever's in your little backpack. You know what I mean? Yeah, so
and it's gonna make your back lighter too, though. When you let those
stand up straight, posture be nice. All that tension around the back of your neck is like, I'm trying to get all of this.
Girl, that's when things are heavy. Things are heavy when they hurt, right?
A little lighter, just a little lighter. I just crack myself up the way I say it. I feel like I go from this raspy voice to a little lighter. Girl, my voice is always hoarse. But the thing is, I thought it was cute when I was little. Like, I'm hoarse. I don't got no voice. Now I can't stand it. Be careful for what you wish for. We got Keys Royalty House of Love in the building. We got Beauty on the Beat, MUA in the building. Go follow us on the socials. Instagram is MizzLovedoctor. And we got Beauty on the Beat, MUA. Always keeping you on beat with hair and makeup and braids. But I'm out of line. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. We want to make sure we love y'all and tap in next week. We'll holler at you then.
Thank you.